afternoon from James Valley, and we traveled with Prairie Bible, about 25 kids from there, about 25 kids from Bethesda, and our 12. So we had a full bus load, had a wonderful time in Denver. You would all be very proud of your kids. They were wonderful. We had a lot of fun. They did what we asked of them and really seemed to enjoy the sessions.
This weekend was all about being named. It was about finding our own identity in Jesus Christ and being able to apply it to our lives. I would have to say my favorite part was really seeing how God worked in other people's lives and how you can apply His Word and His plan for you to your own life just by searching Him out.
The speaker at NAME 2015 was John Richardson. He was really good because you could tell how in love with God he was. He was just always into his sermons, and he just always wanted to connect with you in any way possible.
I get to talk about the nice hotel we got to stay in and the center that we got to worship in and go to sessions in. The hotel we stayed in, which was the Hyatt, had a nice beddings and comfortable beds, and it had a nice little lap pool and stuff downstairs on the 5th floor, which most people wanted to stay in the hot tub. And then the comm center, which had like 3 really big ballrooms. We had the For All Seasons set up in ballroom 2 for their singing, and that's where we had our everyday sessions that we got to go and do, which were really interesting.
Okay. NAME 2015 in Denver, we had probably about 4 hours of free time every day, and a couple of things we did is we went to the Broncos Stadium, Sports Authority Field, and we took a tour through all the VIP lounges and where it's actually a mile high in the stadium, and we walked down along the field. And another day we went to the museum. There's different levels to the human body and anatomy, and then the rest of the time you could walk through the 16th Street Mall, and there were lots of coffee shops, stores, and my favorite thing was probably the 16th Street Mall.
This year at NAME 2015 was the band For All Seasons. And at the beginning, the first session, the band really challenged me because they said that they weren't here for the money or to sell more merchandise. They were here to grow closer to God. I thought that was cool because that's what we were there for. And my favorite thing in the band was the drummer, because I like percussion, and he had a lot of cool beats, and the bass was probably my favorite thing out of everything. And the speaker challenged all of us to figure out our identity and who we are and how we view ourselves in reality, and then how Christ views us in reality. And we had a card, and he had us write what we view ourselves as in reality, and then at the end of the week, after all the sessions, he told us to write what Christ views us in reality, and we compared those and we just took them home and thought about it.
My favorite part about the weekend was probably the service project, because I got to hang out with people who didn't have the same religion as me and had different views with God, and we got to share our faith, and we could discuss it and share what our differences were, and we could connect together that way. It was just a big, super awesome learning experience for me.
I had learning ops this year. They were each, and you got to attend 2 of them all together. The first one I went to was about how to defend your faith against science, and the second one was about leadership.
The second day at the youth conference, all the groups that were there and the leaders did service projects. The service projects were headed up by this foundation, DOOR, and they stand for discovering opportunities for outreach and reflection. They basically are a group that takes in volunteers, and these volunteers go around and go to nursing homes or help clean up parks or visit homeless shelters and take food there. Our group went and put mulch around trees and around playground equipment and it was just a really good experience because we got to help out the community and shine a light for Christ for the other workers that were also there. My favorite part of the weekend was probably visiting the Broncos stadiums.
The drama group that came to the National Youth Conference this year was called One Time Blind. And some of the skits that they did kind of depicted how we are drawn into worldly things by Satan and how he tempts us and draws us to sinful things that we do. And one of the skits that was performed there had Jesus and Satan talking to each other and having a conversation, kind of an argument about who should go to them, and gave reasons for that. And then they kind of switched to come and talk to us. And so Jesus was talking and Satan was talking to us, trying to get them to go to them and believe in them. And so we were supposed to focus on one of them, because if you tried to focus on both of them, you couldn't even understand them. So it's either you focus on Jesus and listen to what he's talking about, or you focus on Satan and what he's talking about, but you can't do both. So you gotta pick one side or the other, and that really influenced me. Like, I sin sometimes, and I know it's wrong, and I try to follow Jesus, but you can't do that you can't follow Jesus. If you follow Jesus, you can't have Satan always in your life and always influencing you to do the bad things. So you just have to have a one-track mind to Jesus, and that's how you should live.
All right, NAME 2015 was a great youth event. There was over 800 kids there, and it was good to see God move in the hearts and lives of young people. One evening, 14 kids actually gave their life to the Lord, which was good to see. And it was good to see the rest of interaction with our youth through worship and just activities with other youth group members. So it was a great experience, and we had an excellent time.
One thing that really stuck out to me in one of the large group sessions, Wendell Lowen from Tabor College, he's one of the professors there, history of the Mennonite Church. And he made it really understandable for the kids so that they knew a little bit of the background, where they came from, why the church is the Mennonite Church, what the different people went through coming to America, making churches here, starting churches. I think it was really good for them to get to know a little bit more about the church that is their home church. So we had a great time. Thank you for supporting us in our potato bake and our yard work cleaning. I think it was a great opportunity for the kids, and hopefully we get to go in 4 more years.
The thing I took away from his lessons is that I need to know who I am and who God wants me to be. And I can't just go with the crowd. I have to do what I want and how God wants me to be.
From dinosaurs to the human body, anatomy, and all that stuff. And then
Ready, set, go. Everything. Three, go.
This weekend was all about being named. The sessions in Denver were all about being named. It was really exciting to find my own identity in the Lord and see how people really do have an identity, and God has a different identity for everyone. The weekend in Denver was all about being named. In the sessions, we learned about how God has a different identity for every one of us. Mr. Copeland, I don't. You're not Mr. Copeland. Mr. Robinson, stop it. The sessions were all about being named. It was really about finding our own identity in Jesus. I looked away. You gotta end it and delete it.